Look in my eyes. What do you see? The cult of personality. The summer of Punk 2021. Is it here? Is it here? Are we here? We also have some major SummerSlam news. That is it on? Is it off? Is it on news? It's back off again, apparently. We got an awesome vignette from a former WWE superstar, and a big partnership with NXT has come to an end. We are here. It is Rampage, the Rampage we have all been talking about, and we've got a couple of special hosts in a couple of different cities. It is the SK Top Story. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we are live in 3 different cities, gentlemen. I am here in my humble abode with my beautiful green screen behind me. I am Jeremy Bennett in Lincoln, Nebraska. Rick Uccino, who's been working those interviews, pumping out those videos live from Las Vegas. Rick, how you feeling, man?
I'm great. It's been I don't know what day it is. I don't know what time it is. I don't know what time zone I'm in. Yesterday, I spent all day thinking it was Friday. So we finished up our first press junket for Thursday, and I'm like, quick, we got to get back to the Airbnb so we can watch SmackDown. And then halfway home, I'm like, oh, okay, no, we're we might have. We know what time it is. We know what time it is. It's clobbering time. Live from Chicago at the United Center. We lost his signal again, though, possibly. It's Kev Kellum. Kev was in a good spot. He's there. Is he there, or is he in Tron? Which
he might be in. He might be with Jeff Bridges in Tron. He was with us there. Like, we had a good signal right before we went live, and then he went back into.
Take that face off the screen.
Oh man. Live from the United Center is Kev Kellum, but we're losing him, though. It looks like everybody's probably using their cell phones. Everybody's probably live streaming, getting ready for that CM Punk debut tonight. Oh, man, Lord.
What are we, okay, hang on. Like I said, I can't keep my time zone straight. So what are we now? We're 4 hours, 3 hours?
Three, a little under 3 hours away from AEW Rampage starting, a little under an hour away from SmackDown. If Kev can get a better signal, we'll get him back on. He was
Kevin.
He must be on that paper megabyte plan. He's not even on the gigabyte plan. He's on the megabyte plan. Let's see here. I'll wait. He popped back on. We'll see if it loads here. But yeah, so he's at the United Center. He's got some seats for AEW Rampage. Rick, how's Vegas treating you? How were the interviews? Who have you spoken to for SummerSlam, and how is all that going?
First off, yesterday's tryout was spectacular to watch. We only got to see like the last half hour of it. There were 36, 38 people there who were auditioning in front of the likes of William Regal and Samoa Joe, and Triple H was down there, and a few other names, Matt Bloom, aka A-Train, some other people you know. So that was fun to watch. And just having gotten in the ring in the last year myself, I'm sitting there watching them. I'm like, all right. Make sure you do that roll across the left arm. Make sure you get up the right way. And so it was kind of cool getting to watch it from that perspective. Then got to talk to Drew McIntyre and Nikki ASH afterwards. Got to talk to a signee. Just literally 30 minutes after she found out, and all those interviews are up on the Sportskeeda Wrestling YouTube channel. What went down today, though, was the SummerSlam specific press junket where there were several superstars, some familiar ones. Talked to Drew McIntyre again, talked to Nikki ASH again, also talked to Sheamus, and he made fun of my tiny microphone. That there's no innuendo there. That's actually what I was talking about.
Speaking to the little guy here.
The tiny microphone. He gave me crap for that, but it was all in good fun. Lots of other people. Jose Gonzalez was with us. Jose G. I think overall we did 8 interviews today, and those are all going to be coming out between now and SummerSlam. So it's
nice.
It's been a good couple of days for sure.
Yeah, lots of great content coming out there. Kevin trying to find his signal. He's lost in space. Okay. We had him for like a good right before we went live. We had a good signal with him there. Maybe we.
He said we would go as long as we could possibly go, and it went about 2.5 seconds.
Kev, you with us?
No.
See, the excitement is so intense. The electricity is so intense in Chicago that no cell phone signals can really even come through out of Chicago. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna. I don't think.
Man, that we were trying. We're trying.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can rely on, with technology and Wi-Fi is involved.
Right. Yeah, we get a freeze frame of Kev right there. But Tony Khan did appear on Busted Open Radio this morning to further stoke the fire for CM Punk AEW Rampage. And he said, it is great to be able to have those possibilities, not to have everything spoiled for you. But on the other hand, I think everybody has a pretty good idea what to expect tonight. Yes. I don't like to let people down. I have no plans to disappoint anybody tonight. I think people are going to be very happy with what they see. They've been waiting to see this for a long time. Finally, at the first dance, I think we're gonna satisfy a lot of people, make a lot of wrestling fans really happy, and we're gonna make a few new fans. They're gonna be people who are gonna read about what happened tonight, and they're gonna want to check out AEW, and that is exactly the reaction we're looking for.
Yeah, this is a night that I didn't think it was ever going to happen, to be completely honest with you. Like when Punk left and he had like the bad blood with WWE and the lawsuits, and he said he lost his passion for wrestling, I didn't think we were ever going to see tonight again. And I think it's a lot of credit to AEW and what they have done. Yeah. And what they can offer him to bring him in now. And it's going to be interesting to see his role, but I guarantee you this is going to be a massive pop. And without question, the biggest story of the entire weekend, no disrespect to SummerSlam that's going on.
Did, as Larry in the chat here, did CM Punk sign with AEW? Not official yet, but I mean, every single insinuation that you can think of that has been put out there, every single tease that has been put out there over the past couple of weeks, yeah, probably going to happen tonight here. Let's see if Kev's got a better signal. Is Kev there? Yes, maybe.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
We kind of.
Yeah.
Are you on that?
Far the best one so far.
Well, I am across the parking lot of the United Center where apparently everyone has 4G service, except me.
And you have
fever pitch here.
And you have 1G service apparently.
All right. Well, I'm told by event staff here 24,000 people are expected to attend tonight's event. There are limited tickets available that they've sold with reconfiguration. This is a very, very big event. I also spoke to some event staff who said they're kind of, well, we're not expecting an event like this, that you don't have something this big around time of year. They have the Blackhawks and the Bulls here. They're not active until late August. So this was quite the surprise by them today. And fever pitch. A lot of CM Punk t-shirts out here today.
I can imagine. Now, a lot of people are now getting the feeling this might not be the only surprise, that Tony's really going to just blow the lid off of the wrestling world tonight, Kev. Do you feel like maybe there's even more that's coming out tonight?
Well, I mean, they always say over-deliver, don't under-deliver, right? I mean, if you give them more than you're advertising, mind you, they didn't advertise CM Punk. They are letting the rumor mill sell these tickets, and a rumor mill has sold 24,000 tickets.
Exactly.
And it's going to give them, this is a company that lives on, for lack of a better phrase, their cult-like following, and I mean that in a good way. And if they get the cult of personality, that people are going to leave happy, even if they don't get a single good match. This crowd's here for one thing. If they get more than the one thing, I think they're going to be happy, and they're going to get more than that. I do think CM Punk is going to be here. No one has told me he's going to be here, but these people bought tickets on the bet that he is.
Yeah, and CM Punk dropped yet another tease in his Instagram, sharing the cover, changing his cover photo to The Dark Knight Returns from a Batman comic.
You're in Gotham City, baby. You're in Gotham City. Chicago is Gotham, man.
Exactly. On top of that, Renee Paquette released some unaired footage of her interview with CM Punk today. Coincidence? I think not. Buddy Murphy Buddy Murphy released a vignette we'll talk about in a little bit. So that could be on top of maybe some more possible surprises for tonight. Tony Khan did go on and talked about on Busted Open and said the format of tonight's show will be very different. It's going to be different than last week's Rampage. Really different. I think if an average Friday night, it's going to be a great wrestling show every Friday on Rampage. I would expect the format to be more similar than what we did in the premiere episode than what we do tonight. So tonight apparently is just going to be probably fly by the seat of our pants. We're just going to shock the shit out of you. We're just going to, I'm just going to put it out there. We're going to shock the shit out of you tonight, I think is what Tony Khan is saying. Basically,
yeah, I think that's what people are expecting. They're expecting to be shocked, surprised, but also get what they're paying for, which is CM Punk's back in wrestling.
Yeah, he's saying no, there's no format tonight. Basically, is what he's saying. He's saying you had your format last week. We'll probably have that going forward tonight. It's going to be wild. So
yeah, I think
how much can they cram in an hour? Because Rick, you got to think about this too. This show's only an hour. This isn't a 2-hour show.
Yeah.
So whatever this date,
Kev, that means there's not going to be any BS, man. It is going to be. This is important, and let's go.
Yeah.
Maybe Domino's Pizza bought out the commercial breaks tonight.
Wouldn't that be something? No commercials. Hey, you never know.
Domino's in Chicago? What are you talking about? Come on now.
Giordano's, right? Well.
Giordano's. I'll say Giordano's. Whole Chicago accent, guys. What you got to do is you got to drag out your vowels.
Makes about a cup out of baker's dozen, Bob.
That's about a baker's dozen. Listen, there's a lot of people here in Chicago. We're a big wrestling town, all right? We love CM Punk, tattoos up the sleeve, and a boot up your ass.
What else are you seeing out there in Chicago there, Kev?
Like I said, tons. I've never seen more CM Punk t-shirts in one place. Maybe the last time I saw this many was at Money in the Bank in 2011.
Right.
But this is it's worth noting. This is going to be a big, loud building. This is a big, loud building. There's a reason they call this the Madhouse in Madison. If you want to see what this building is going to sound like before it gets going, go watch the national anthem for the Chicago Blackhawks, where the crowd stands on their feet and yells the entire time during the national anthem. It's going to feel like that tonight. This is going to be a very special vibe. I think if you're a fan of AEW, if you're a fan of wrestling in general, if you haven't watched AEW, heard about it, or maybe you're against it, this is a good opportunity to sample what they're doing.
Yeah, you got Nisha Dali in the comments. No further Rampage tapings in addition to the live show. I think they are taping next week's episode tonight, aren't they, Kev?
Yes, we're expecting another taping. I don't know if there's any matches that have been announced for that just yet. We've already heard fans start to bitch about WWE wrestlers at the line. I heard that already. I was like, come on, man, just enjoy the show. Because I think we're gonna get more. We're gonna get more than that. It'd be really crazy if you saw some of those surprise people wrestle tonight. We know we're getting John Moxley versus Daniel Garcia tonight. We know we're getting at least two matches on the live television portion. I mean, they're not just gonna do an hour-long show and say goodbye. You're not selling out a 24,000 seat building and doing it.
No, not at all. They may film some elevation. What time does the show start what time does your ticket say, Kev?
7 p.m. local time, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern.
All right. Well, we're going to aim to wrap this baby up in at least 10 minutes so we can let you get off to the show here. So basically see Tony Khan on Busted Open saying tonight's format, there is no format. We're going to go to the big news for SummerSlam tomorrow is the drop from PW Insider. This has been on again and off again, and now apparently off again. Apparently, according to Mike Johnson at PW Insider, Sasha Banks is not at tonight's SmackDown taping in Phoenix, Arizona, and word is making the rounds that she's been pulled from SummerSlam's pay-per-view. Of course, we had this rumor pop up earlier in the week, and then they said that they were clear, everything is good to go, and now we're hearing that match may be off, could open the door to fast-tracking Becky Lynch back onto the back into the roster. But what are your guys' thoughts of this major match now possibly being off the cards? Start with Rick since he's there in Vegas.
It sucks.
Yeah.
It absolutely. It's pretty much all I can really say about it, because this is one of the matches. This is one of the premier matches on the Blue brand. This is one of the matches that I was looking forward to seeing the most this weekend. Doing the press junkets this week, because SmackDown's in Phoenix tonight. There were no SmackDown superstars here. So I can at least say that I have not, seen, at least where I've been, I've not seen Sasha Banks in Las Vegas doing any kind of media or anything like that. So I'm not sure why she wouldn't be there. I'm not going to speculate. I think it would be a little inappropriate to speculate on why somebody's absent, especially nowadays. Circumstances could, we know what they are. So
right.
It sucks that this doesn't happen. And yeah, I don't know what your backup plan is. Can you call Becky Lynch on 2 days notice without having wrestling in the last 18 months and say, hey, go out on SummerSlam and
yes, you
put
can
on a match with Bianca Belair? You probably could.
Yeah.
She's probably been ready. She's probably been preparing for some time now. Obviously, it helps when you have a fiance that is a trainer as well that you can work with. So I would put full confidence that she could be ready and carry a 10 to 15 minute match.
You watching? Are you watching? Hey, this guy is running the parking lot. You watching right now? This guy's watching us on Sportskeeda right now.
Yeah,
what
we got parking lot attendants watching us.
22,000.
Hell yeah, we got
22,000 expected tonight at the United Center. This parking lot's not full, but it's going to fill up, guys. We really hope that everyone gets here on time.
We've made it. We've made it if a parking lot attendant is watching us on his phone while he's directing traffic.
We're over, baby!
Actual tears building up.
We have made it. Here in the chat here, Des saying COVID. We have no idea. Mike Johnson dropped the news literally 2 hours, about 2.5 hours ago. No, there is no news on why, just news that she's been pulled from SmackDown. And
it's not been confirmed yet. So let's
the match. Yeah,
it's not been confirmed. As of right now, it's still on. And a thing's not a thing until it's a thing. And that's the same until it's, reversed. So we'll
Kev, can you, while you're on remote, can you give our friend James a shout out, a little intro?
Oh, James Esponto, been with me for years, watching the stream dream. James, I've never had a beer with you, but if I had one with you, I'd have it at the United Center, the Madhouse on Madison. Thank you so much, Mr. James Espanto Fernando. That guy. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So stay tuned. We're gonna find out we'll find out quickly what's gonna happen there. Obviously, if they still promote it on SmackDown, which is set to start here in about 37 minutes, we'll know. But very scary for sure. Moving along, as we're gonna keep this kind of short and sweet tonight here. Oh man, if you're watching this is a great time to be a pro wrestling fan, because Buddy Murphy released a trailer today, 2 parts on his Twitter account, a vignette, so to speak. Of course, he had released a video, so to speak, of his release from prison, and so his transfer and a signing of release was that video was kind of sent out today. What a coincidence on CM Punk Day that this video comes out, but it's a 2-parter. At WWE_Murphy. I'm sure he's trying very hard to get that fixed, but he's verified, so he probably does not want to lose that account yet.
It's very hard to get verified. I've noticed this.
Oh, so. Yeah. Poor Rick is verified, but yet there are certain news outlets that slide into wrestlers' DMs that are verified somehow. So
I don't know. Can you guys see the blue check mark? Does it hang over my head when I'm on screen?
Yeah, right. So Murphy signing, I guess that's kind of a signing a transfer, and the guy that basically broke him free goes, "You're free now," and handed him his goods. It was like a crate of Rollins stuff and old Murphy gear and things like that, and then it cut to his new name, which is now Buddy Matthews, and so more to come from that. I'm assuming his Next up is AEW, because I know Kenny Omega really wanted him there. I think obviously Omega is going to be influential in bringing people in. So I'm assuming Buddy Murphy's probably going to go head there. Maybe tonight. Maybe Kev might be seeing Buddy Matthews in just a few hours, huh?
If I was Buddy Matthews, I would want to debut on any other show except tonight, I think. Just my take.
Right. You never know, man.
Which makes me wonder, and this just might be my pipe dream here, but thinking of that in mind, like you don't want to debut somebody else on CM Punk night, or you don't want to be that person. What if it's AJ Lee that just walks out there with CM Punk tonight?
Oh, man.
Whether it be as like an escort or what have you.
I hope she returns.
I think if they had her come out,
Uh-oh.
You guys stop
Oh,
it?
boy.
We're losing him.
Clear.
Uh-oh.
All right.
He's getting attacked by the fans. The fans are attacking him in the parking lot. Look out. Oh, man.
This is what happens when you subscribe to AOL.
He's got that 1G
Do you hear me
plan.
now?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
We do.
All right,
And-
cool. Sorry, I had to move a little bit. They told me I had to move. I'm sorry.
Oh.
No, if I was Buddy Murphy, I would not want to debut tonight.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if Tony Khan's going to be throwing a few haymakers at the crowd tonight with some debuts. I'm kind of wondering. Our last bit of news before, got any questions? Ask us in the chat here. We're going to get to.
I have a quick question for Kev.
Quick question for Kev.
Sure. Yeah,
Kevin,
if you can
you're
hear
gonna
me,
be
go
there
ahead.
to-
If we're still working, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Oh, no, you're good. So would you rather than do CM Punk right off the bat tonight, or wait until the end and let the momentum and the anticipation build up toward one massive pop?
You know, Rick, you've been in a wrestling locker room, and I have too. We've never booked a show, but we've been there when a show is put together at the independent level. And that's nothing compared to the scale of this. You have TV times, you have all those different out cues. If you go two different routes, if you open hot and you're fresh off SmackDown and people are when they're tuning in and you want to get that rollover audience, maybe having CM Punk in the first segment is the best way to go. But if you want to maybe do something at the beginning of the show that lets them know, like, oh man, this is really happening, but not reveal it, then give it to them at the end of the show. And radio, you know, that's a couple more hours. That's a full hour of television. I think either way
Yes,
you go,
I know what he's saying.
you have in the middle of the show, you either have
Kev turned into a robot there all of a sudden. He turned into a robotic state there.
Kev, just go enjoy the show, bud. Just go enjoy the show.
Yeah, hey Kev, thank you so much
right.
thanks so much for joining us, man. We can't wait to hear what your thoughts are on Monday's top story of what you experienced, man. Enjoy it, man, and we'll hear from you on Monday, man.
All right, enjoy wrestling, everybody. See you guys. Sorry for the issues, man.
No problem, man. That dude is gonna.
I'm seriously jealous of that man tonight. Like,
that dude is gonna have a night that he'll never forget. That's for damn sure.
This might be one of those nights where like every wrestling fan in the world will say, "I was there the night that CM Punk came back in Chicago." It's gonna be one of those games.
Well, everybody's probably
everybody over the age of 35 says they were at the Freezer Bowl.
Yeah,
you know,
right. It's like, and everybody's probably on their phones and just getting so hyped for this. So, obviously that's why, it's at least we got what we did from Kev. And so it's great to have him live on the scene at the United Center. Last bit of news from the day. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer has indicated that NXT's partnership with Full Sail University has ended. So the end of an era with NXT. I mean, obviously a tremendous venue for the television program for many years. I mean, many memories, a tremendous just an amphitheater for a crowd, wasn't it, Rick?
It was great. And you want to talk about like having a hometown crowd, having hometown fans, the same ones going in, man. And they just, they built a bond. The fans built a bond with the wrestlers and vice versa. So an absolutely great venue. A lot of huge NXT moments happening at Full Sail. And it is sad news today.
Yeah, so there was so many great moments that we're gonna see on the WWE Network for years to come. It's Friday, so send us in your questions. Any questions you have, we'll answer them real quick here before we hop offline. Enjoy some SmackDown and some Rampage, and man, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just get prepared to be blown away by not just tonight, but the weekend, Rick. The weekend is.
Like, seriously, like, I'm just kind of thinking about it. Like, you can just feel it. Like, I already got like the goosebumps. Like I can feel the pop tonight before I actually see it.
Right? Yeah.
There's just that level of anticipation. And honestly, there's just a level of excitement around the wrestling industry that there hasn't been in quite some time. And think about this, man. There's going to be those people, and I see a few of them in the chat, like, what's the big deal about CM Punk? CM Punk is a very, very big deal in coming back to professional wrestling. He's been trending in some way, shape, or form for like 2 weeks now.
Yeah. I mean, physically trending in Twitter ever since at least noon, if not this morning. He's been in the top 10. He's been in the top 10 all day long on at least on the US on Twitter. So get us your questions here. We're going to be on the air for the next 5 or 10 minutes or so before we take off and enjoy SmackDown here tonight. Do you think Daniel Bryan will debut in AEW? I think the Final Countdown has a chance to really maybe shock us tonight. I think there's a chance that maybe both Punk and Bryan show up tonight, but especially with how AEW is set up with you go to the city, you film, and then you get the rest of the week to go to your families. I think it's perfect for Daniel Bryan and his family. I would not be surprised if he is there eventually, Rick.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be sooner rather than later. Do I think it's going to be tonight? No. Like I said, if there's gonna be a cherry on top of that CM Punk Sunday,
right?
I think AJ Lee would probably be it, because you don't want to overshadow whomever the other person is.
I mean, if there's like I mentioned it on Top Story yesterday, I go, if there's like an NWO type faction and it's Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, maybe even Murphy, and then maybe AJ Lee in there too, and it's just this group that has so much pull, and you never know. It's just they all just come in individually at different parts throughout the hour to just melt the internet down. I don't know. It's going to be exciting. Will they find?
But AEW has so many groups.
Yeah,
they have so many groups already. I'd kind of like to just let those.
It's
those
almost
guys be the.
Yeah, you almost have to have groups to get people in on TV at this point, though.
They don't have 7 hours of live TV a week.
Yeah, that's true. Donna here, will they find another venue for NXT? What they are doing is they're taping NXT ahead of time after TakeOver, and then they're going to renovate the Capitol Wrestling Center at the Performance Center. So they're renovating it, I think, to fit more fans. I think they're going to remove the plexiglass. So the next time you see the Capitol Wrestling Center live, it's going to have a different look and a different feel. Now that they're no longer going to be at Full Sail ever again, at least in the near future, they're going to stick with the Capitol Wrestling Center. It's just going to have a new look and new renovation. They announced that today. So get us your questions here. Any more questions? Just drop them in the chat. Let's see here. We got just a few. Hey, Jose's in there. Jose's hanging out with Rick in Vegas.
Says to send him the link. He wants to hop in for the last.
Yeah, let's see here.
He can tag in. He can tag in for Kev Kellum.
There we go.
Working his way into the United Center.
Good thing I saw that. How about Jay White? Jay White teasing Chicago. Hey, he's saying, hey, there's a Wrestle Pro show in Chicago. So that is why he was saying hello, Chicago. He had tweeted earlier.
Braun Strowman's another guy who's been throwing out some stuff on Twitter today.
Yeah, that's another one.
Teasing deep dish pizza and this, that, and the other thing. But these guys also know how to garner some attention too. So.
Yeah. So we were getting excited. We were like, this morning when Jay White tweeted that, we're like, oh my God, But then somebody's like, oh, Wrestle Pro's in Chicago, so it's like, damn it.
I guarantee you, pretty much every wrestler, well known and not, is either in Chicago or Las Vegas this weekend.
Look at this.
What it is.
We got 2 West Coast representations now. Jose and Rick, both from Vegas.
My guys?
What's happening? How is Vegas treating you?
Enjoying this nice weather over here, bro. I'm still on East Coast time, so I feel like I'm tired.
Right.
Same.
Yeah. Yeah, we had Kev on earlier. He was on his 1G connection though, so we lost him quite a bit during while he was in line.
I saw that. It looks like he could do the soundtrack for Marshmallow here in Vegas.
Right? He was auto-tuning himself a couple of times there.
Thank God we got Jose 5G now.
Yeah, Jose 5G. Yeah, that's your new nickname, man.
I like that. I like that.
Jose, tell us what you've been. Jose, tell us what you've been doing in Vegas. Who you've been interviewing and such for the channel.
Man, well, Rick and I, we've been busy, bro. So yesterday we had the WWE tryouts. We had a really good media gaggle with Triple H. We had some really good interviews with Nikki ASH and Drew yesterday. Today we had Jinder Mahal. We had Damian Priest. We had Jimmy Hart. We had Bobby Lashley. But we already had interviewed Bobby Lashley. Who else did we have, Rick? We had Sheamus.
We did Nikki and Drew again. And Sheamus, yeah.
Yeah, we did Nikki and Drew again. And we got Dewdrop today. So we got tons of exclusive content that's going to be dropping over the weekend. It just a lot of stuff that we did, man.
And
awesome.
By the way, I know what you're all thinking. Yes, I did ask Dewdrop what she thought about her name change. So,
there you
wait
go.
till you see her response to that one.
Tim in the chat, thanks for correcting me. Warriors of Wrestling, not Wrestle Pro. So many promotions out there. So many indie promotions out there. So it's good. That's actually a good thing too. Yeah,
it's
a great thing. Any more questions out there? What would you? Here we go. Here's a good question from our boy James. What would you think of Jay White and God in AEW backing Punk?
Ooh, dang.
That's a bullet club right there.
Wow.
Sign me up.
I don't even know how to respond to that because that's like a wrestling mark's wet dream.
Basically. I mean, you got
respond to
that. Yeah, that's tremendous. I mean, we're already teasing God and Good Brothers feud down the line. God possibly invading Impact. That would be tremendous. Now, if you get CM Punk into the fold, into the Bullet Club, man. That'd be some tremendous stuff, man.
It's too much. It's too much. I'm gonna say that's just too much.
You would just explode, right? Oh man, that would be insane. Well, thank you for all the questions here, Rick, Jose. Thank you guys for all the hard work you guys are putting into Vegas. The work ain't done yet. You guys got tomorrow to enjoy the big show there. You guys doing anything else tonight? On the eve?
We got Smack Talk. We got Smack Talk at 11:05 Eastern Standard Time to recap Rampage and SmackDown as well. But I have a feeling that we're going to be talking a lot more about Rampage than we do SmackDown tonight.
You think there's going to be something to talk about tonight after? Yeah, you think so?
Whether CM Punk is there or not, there will be plenty to talk about.
There will be plenty to talk about. Jose, what you got going on? What's your socials? All that.
Man, you guys can follow me at Jose G Official. I just dropped a bunch of pictures on there from today's interviews and yesterday's stuff. So go ahead and give me a follow on IG and on Twitter. I'll probably be more interactive on IG, so just go ahead and follow me there. And you guys can also catch my live show every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Weekends of Wrestling on YouTube, also on Facebook. Go ahead and give us that follow and subscribe. Much appreciated. Tons of good stuff coming here this week, not only on Weekends, but also here on SK Wrestling. So go ahead and give us that subscribe because we're this close. We're this close to 20,000.
Yeah.
So it's your responsibility, guys. Make sure you give us that subscribe and smash that notification bell so we can break that 20,000.
Oh yeah, give us that subscribe ski on the old YouTube there. We are so close to 20,000. It'd be great to hit 20K before SummerSlam. And Rick, how can we find you on the socials?
Oh, yes. Follow me on the good old Twitter machine at Rick Uccino, RickUcchino. That's where I throw out all my stuff. My wrestling matches, my interviews, all the first clips for anything that happens with Sportskeeda Wrestling comes out on my Twitter page first. So make sure to just check me out and follow me. I'm going to have a lot of good stuff coming up this year, the rest of this year, really.
Awesome. You can follow me on the Twitter at JB Huskers, and my podcast, Lost in the Midcard, drops every Thursday afternoon, where myself and fellow Sportskeeda writer Matt Black talk about all sorts of things going on in pro wrestling. So we drop our SummerSlam predictions and our NXT TakeOver predictions as well. So for Rick and for Jose, we hope you enjoy the night, enjoy the weekend. We got SmackDown's Go Home. We got Rampage. We got SummerSlam. We got TakeOver. And we got to do one thing. And one thing is most important. And what is that, boys?
Enjoy wrestling.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me talk to you.
Brother.